Is on and we are ready to rock and roll. All right, guys, welcome to the Hey Frase Podcast. We're your hosts. We're here for you every morning through COVID. I'm Sarah Fraser along with Andrea Lopez. Comedy, my girl. So much to talk about, but everybody is anticipating, excited, and I had no idea that these two already had massive fans. Eddie and Adrian are here, who are nudists. They are going to reveal all about their nudist lifestyle today. If you have any question about nudist living, you can drop it in the comments. AJ is going to be popping in and out of this interview because in a few minutes, we're going to be joined by Adrian and Eddie. So if you have any questions, you can hit up AJ. She's going to be interacting with you guys. What do you want to know about the nudist lifestyle? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm a complete exhibitionist and I want to know everything. I love this stuff, AJ.
Oh, I know. You take your clothes off, even when it's not expected, it's not needed. Sarah's taking her shirt off. I want to know, is the colony now, is there like a local store they get to go to? Is everything done in the nude? Or are you expected to put your shirt on like one day a week or something? I want to know the schedule.
Okay, I want to know the schedule too. Guys, this is our first ever nudist show. If you are joining us, we're live right now on YouTube, Periscope, on Twitter, on Twitch. We love Twitch. This is for all the gamers out there. And I mean, my God, they must be used to wearing no pants. I mean, come on. We're on Facebook. So share this show right now. Start a watch party if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube. Hit the like button. Tell us what you like. Share this show with somebody who has never heard of us. Adrian and Eddie, the nudists, are going to be on here in 2 seconds, but I want to thank some of our sponsors. Best way to support our show is to become a member of our Patreon page, which is just $5. Hello. Patreon.com/HeyFrase. And if you ever listen to the Kane Show on Hot 99.5, Danny Starr, a former cast member, is on our Patreon right now, and she's really revealing all about the end of the Kane Show and her thoughts, so you can find that. Today's show is brought to you by What Makes a Marriage Work. Phil Donahue. Hello, one of my talk show inspirations back in the day. I loved Phil. Phil and Marlo Thomas have been married for years and years, and they've teamed up with all of their celebrity friends to tell you what keeps a marriage hot and heavy. People like Bryan Cranston, Deepak Chopra. Oh my God, I love Deepak. Can we all meditate together? Also Neil Patrick Harris and David Burkta, Jesse and Jacqueline Jackson, as well as Dr. Oz and his wife, Lisa, Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos, and more. You can buy What Makes a Marriage Work on Amazon. So go get the book today. Park Potomac is located at the top of the Beltway on 270, or the top of the Beltway and the bottom of 270. They're in Potomac. If you want to eat, shop, play, and work, of course, with your masks on safely, they're the place to go. ParkPotomac.com is encouraging you to come and check out their restaurants like Gringos and Mariachis. Harris Teeter, of course, you can shop for groceries. I believe Karma Hair Salon might be opening up soon in Maryland too. Hit up Park Potomac on Instagram on their website and check them out today. Also, if you are into fitness, you want to get fit, PR Fitness Performance, we love Debbie. Debbie is our girl. Thank you, Debbie. She is working with the Hey Frase Podcast, and she is offering quarantine yoga lean classes, 15 of them for just $99 for Hey Frase fans. Go to prperformancefitness.com. Tell them you're a fan of the Hey Frase show, and you're going to get 15 plus like a book on how to have better nutrition through quarantine, tips and tricks, other workouts, all that access for just $99. And you can do it at your home via Zoom, basically anytime you want. prfitnessperformance.com. All right, you guys, thank you for joining the show today. It is super exciting. We have two amazing people, and I love when people trust themselves, their story to us, because I take that with great seriousness, and I know AJ does too. So today we have a couple that are open and willing. They are nudists who happen to be Black, who experienced a get out style incident at a nudist colony in Annapolis, Maryland. I had never heard that there was a nudist group or association in Annapolis. No idea. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, because we were like, Annapolis, what? It sounds like crabs and shrimp over there.
Well, like you said, now who wants to drop their drawers in Annapolis with all those crabs? I mean, they'll be munching on your balls. I mean, you've got to be careful down there. And it is my dream when Schman and I retire to head to France and like get Schman, in his little pasty, little ET body.
Oh God.
Out there with Schman's big old Schmandalorian dingle-dangling around.
Is there freckles on it? Okay. I would learn so much anatomy by moving to a nudist colony. Because I haven't
my God,
seen a large part of like all the ethnicity is dingle dangles.
I know, me too. I love this. So it's kind of an AMA style. If you have a question, AJ is going to be in the comments manning those. Eddie and Adrian are joining us right now. And thank you guys for hopping on. Share the show, start a watch party on Facebook. If you're joining us on Periscope, you can comment. AJ will see your comments. Same goes for YouTube. Hi, Smitty. We love you. Jason, you're amazing. Charisse, good morning. Willie. Eddie and Adrian also already have tons of friends. People are saying we're here because of Eddie and Adrian.
So exciting.
Melanie is on. So let's bring them in. Adrian and Eddie, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes. How are you?
Good morning, Sarah Fraser.
Okay, first of all, you two are wearing way too many clothes, and so am I. I'm ready to take my shirt off. You guys inspire me.
Ooh, then you have to change the format to pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Eddie, I'm willing to go there. I'm willing to go there. Let's do it, baby. So look, guys, you are so awesome to be open today to not only talk about this experience that you had in Annapolis, but to also talk about, I think, some of the misconceptions, some of the understanding of being nudist. Because Eddie and Adrian, you were kind enough to talk to me earlier this week. And I think you guys were kind of fascinated that I was so fascinated by the nudist, groups and association. But it's so funny to me because I still think that people are such Puritans in this country. We're so afraid to get nude. You get banned. Women get banned for showing their nipples on Instagram while men can take their shirts off. It's so bananas to me because it's just a body.
That's exactly right. It's just your body. It's the same thing. Pretty much everybody pretty much has the same thing. They all have breasts. They have vaginas. They have boobs. They have penises, everything. So the male and female anatomy has not changed since the dawn of time. However, just by showing a nipple, I can take it all the way back to when Janet Jackson did her actual Super Bowl, and it was like a condemnation of a nipple slip like nobody had ever seen a nipple before, ever. And I'm like, how many women was in the audience that night? And y'all got nipples. Do y'all look at yourselves in the mirror? Or something, anything. And then even with the last Super Bowl performance, they were going completely nuts over the style of dance and everything that, J-Lo and Shakira was doing. And I'm like, have you all ever been outside the country, much less to a salsa dance location where they do this practically every Friday night? I mean, I've done it.
Exactly.
So it's just the mere thing of here in the US, it's just that simple. They're just so like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is insane. Where we have gone over, I know I've been to Jamaica. He's been to other countries, and it's completely different.
You guys, have you been to hedonism in Jamaica? Because I've always wanted to go there.
Yes, we have. He's a veteran.
I've been vacationing at Hedonism 2 since July of 1999.
Okay, Eddie, tell us what really goes on there. Is it a free-for-all? Because in my mind, I feel like...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Yes. Oh, no, I was going to say, tell me if it's a free-for-all down there at Hedonism 2. Because in my mind, I feel like you get there, you just take off all your clothes, the first person you see, you have sex with. What's it really like?
No. Hedonism 2 is an adult all-inclusive resort. All you could eat, all you could drink, all your land, water sports are included. If you want to renew your mind, body, soul, and spirit, go to Hedonism 2.
Really?
Really?
Okay, what's refreshing?
Excuse me. Go ahead.
No. What's refreshing about the mind when you go there? What?
Well, the thing is, what a way. I mean, there's two sides of the resort. There's the nude side, and then there's the prude side. Your prude side is, well, not to be offensive, I can't even say MTV. Your millennial generation, they're not too sure of themselves. On the nude side is where the party is. That's your Motown, Woodstock, hippie generation. People who are too old, they got in the stage and like, they don't care about what you think about them. They're happy with themselves as a person. They're happy in their own skin. That's where the party is.
Oh, okay, this sounds amazing. Now, Eddie, take me back. When did you discover that you were a nudist?
Well, when I know I had an interest growing up in New York City, growing up in Harlem, The New York City media is very liberal there. So you always heard about Broadway shows such as Hair, Old Calcutta, and the nudity. They also at the time would speak about free speech in Queens. And at the age of 8, I remember asking my aunt to please take me to a nude beach. And
I love this.
At the age of 8, okay, I will ask her repeatedly. It never happened. At the age of 12, 13, I think I was about 12, 13 years old. If you believe in visions or premonitions, I would have visions and premonitions that I had all these naked friends.
Really?
Really. And so it was just a matter of time when that was going to happen.
Oh my God. Okay. So you're 12, 13, 14. You're envisioning that you have all these nude friends. And, what are you doing with these nude friends? Just hanging out?
It was just one big party. It was just, if you imagine like a gathering, but just everybody just nude. And I saw that.
This sounds amazing. And Eddie, how old were you when you actually first discovered like a nudist beach, or that you actually went somewhere out in public with other people that were nude?
I was a naval reservist. I happened to have the opportunity to perform an annual training in Rota, Spain, and a friend of mine's wife dared me to do it. And at first I was reluctant until she was from Italy. And she kept encouraging me. No, she more or less dared me. And she told me the reason why I wouldn't do it is because I didn't have any balls. And I was like, you just don't say that to someone from any urban area, at least from New York. You tell me I don't have no balls? No. So I went out there and I did it. And it was the best non-sexual experience I ever had. No one was paying me any attention. To feel the breeze from the Atlantic Ocean, the sun to hit every crevice of your body is unlike anything you ever experienced before. And also you taking off your clothes and nobody's like, let's get some. No, it wasn't anything like that.
Okay, that's what I think people on here that may not know you and people listening are wondering. I think immediately when people hear nudist, they basically think this is a fancy word for swingers. That if you are going to a nudist beach, you're probably just engaging in having sex with people at some point. Is that true?
No, absolutely not.
First of all, my first nudist experience in Rota, Spain, their family's there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
at the nudist beach.
Oh yeah, you got the mother, father, sister, brother. Oh yeah,
kids, everything.
Can you guys imagine in this country going to a beach and it's families that are naked? People would lose their shit. Oh my God.
We've seen it at Gunnison.
Yeah.
At Gunnison Beach in New Jersey, there are families that are there.
This is mind blowing. Guys, how do you ensure though? I think this, because, okay, if I were a parent, right? And I like personally, I would definitely go to a nudist beach. Like that is on my list of things to do. But if I had a kid, how do you ensure somebody isn't like trying to sexually abuse your kid or take it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Well, it's interesting in the nudist community. Well, I can't say like every other community where, what's the best way? We police ourselves.
Right.
So if somebody says something unusual, they do something unusual, then somebody report. I mean, I've seen an incident, unfortunately, at a resort in Pennsylvania. And someone brought it to my attention. And I thought, at first, I didn't know what was going on. Sure. And so what we did was we brought it to the attention of management of that resort, which is Funny Rest Resort. And they immediately handled that situation. So if you're looking to go there, we will see you and you will be removed.
Oh my gosh. Guys, it's just such an interesting world. And if anybody has any questions, please drop them. Eddie and Adrian are here. They're so amazing. So many people are nudists and proud on here. Guys, tell us, because then I want to ask you about, what it's like going to these resorts, but you did have this fascinating, not really fascinating, sad incident actually at Pine Tree Associates down in Annapolis, where you truly felt like you were discriminated against based on your color. Now, again, I haven't reached out to Pine Tree, so this is your side of the story. You guys left a comment on your Yelp, but tell us what happened there, because from what you're saying, nudist associations are this really welcoming, open environment, and yet in Annapolis, Maryland, you had a really weird incident.
Well, us living here in Maryland, we often found ourselves either going to Jamaica, going to New Jersey, or going to Pennsylvania. And I just said, us being members of the American Association of Nude Recreation, there's a directory of various clubs throughout the United States. And there are a couple of clubs here in the state of Maryland. And I just decided, hey, look, why don't we visit this particular club that's only 30 minutes away? Right. We phoned them in advance, advising them that we wanted to visit. We provided our names, and they never called us back, but we did give the time that we were going to appear. We appeared, they let us in the gate, and the person at the front desk was very welcoming.
Okay.
All right. Now, with that in mind, we let her know, well, Adrian let her know that, what, Adrian?
Oh, I let her know that I was on my period, and I just kind of like gently asked, could I keep my bottoms on?
Sure.
While we were doing the tour of the location, not thinking anything about it. Done it before, never been a problem. And the person at the front desk said, oh, that shouldn't be an issue. And when the actual people that was showing us around came
from the membership
committee came to actually show us around the resort, that's when the first confrontation happened.
Got it.
So
which the gentleman was like, oh no, then you guys will have to come back another day and reschedule. So Adrian, just averting a confrontation, decided that she was going to go to the car and take care of her issue. Well, at that moment, I thought it was very unusual for a man to tell a woman what to do with her body. Also, that I saw that he had a pendant around his neck that he was a retired Baltimore police officer. Now, with that in mind, oh yes,
this is a white guy, right? This is a white guy.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and then I want to ask you what people do as nudists when they're on their period. Like, do most of the time when you go, they're fine with you keeping on like your shorts or whatever, or do you just let?
Yeah, I actually had on swim bottoms, so I just had those on just for the time being. Normally I'll just have on either a pair of panties or a swim bottoms, and I just cover myself, like tie a little sarong on, and I'm done. I'm good for the duration while I'm out.
And that's sort of like standard nudist practice, right? Because that was something we were talking about yesterday. It's like, if you're a nudist, what do you do when you're having your period? But it sounds like it's like fine for a woman to keep on swim bottoms or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so you go, you see he's a retired, Baltimore
police officer. That's correct. Mm-hmm. So I approached him and told him that his behavior and what he stated to Adrian was unacceptable, and from one retiree to another. And I did let it be known that I was retired from the Navy 22 years, that there are ethics involved. There's certain things you don't say. He was taken aback by that. And once again, I stated that anybody should have approached Adrian should have been his wife, not him.
Got it.
He went on to say that there have been women who has showed up in the past who wasn't on their cycle, and they used that as a cover for not taking off their clothes.
Okay.
So his wife comes out, and I told her about the incident. She looked at me and laughed, and she says, well, I haven't been on my cycle so long that I totally forgot about it, and laughed it off.
Okay, this chick is way postmenopausal, but you're
right. Ripley's believe it or not. Okay?
He's out of Madame Tussauds, I mean.
You just can't make this up. So Adrian reappears. We go on. They start the tour.
Mm-hmm. They show us pretty much like the common areas, like their pool, their hot tub, their little multi-purpose room.
Yeah, right.
Their tennis court, and that's pretty much about it.
And then wanted to make a sales pitch for us to buy.
Right. Like,
whoa! And if we didn't have the money to do it, then we can do gardening. Excuse me, please. I don't do gardening. I'm from a concrete jungle. I know nothing about gardening. Okay?
And he's like, I'm sorry, you're talking to the wrong. Yeah, which is an odd insinuation, right? Although they alleged that that goes for any member, right? And then, so your experience there continues to get odder and odder. And you said at one point you did actually come across, was it a black man and with a woman or something who
that character
spoke to you for a minute?
I approached him, and at first he was reluctant to speak to us, but I approached him. And he did state that he was a member and that he lives in Prince George's County. He lives in Temple Hills, Maryland, and that he also has his wife is there as well, but she's in the cabin. Mm-hmm. She didn't surface. He said she was going to surface. She never resurfaced. She just disappeared. But one of the things I noticed about him is that he was very hesitant about speaking to us. And I kind of thought that was unusual for someone who is from Prince George's County, from Temple Hills, Maryland. One of the things I learned about here in Maryland, especially Prince George's County, is that people take pride, like native Washingtonians, they take pride in themselves. They stand up, they represent where they're from. And for this guy to be reluctant, like, oh my God, there's other people here of color, and I don't know whether or not I should be speaking to them or not. That kind of took us aback.
Yeah, it was. Yes. It was literally like the scene in the movie Get Out where the main character is trying to shake hands with the guy.
No, he was trying to give him a fist bump,
and he just kind of like went and just shook hands. Instead, it was just like had this blank stare on his face. It was just one of those moments. It was literally one of those moments right then and there that I was like, wait, time out. Am I in the Twilight Zone?
Yeah. Because you guys said that, you've been to other nudist beaches, whether it's in New Jersey,
sure.
And you've never been treated the way that you were there.
That was the worst treatment. We've been other places, been well received, Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, young, old. It crosses every socioeconomic. So you don't know what somebody does for a living or what their income is. It's the most loving environment you ever been to, with the exception of that particular setting.
Right. Absolutely.
And I also thought it was unusual. Here we are at this place, and they kept mentioning the word diversity. They kept mentioning, can you bring your friends? What do you mean, my friends? I mean, not all my friends do what I do.
Right.
I don't do what they do.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
So, and they mentioned we need more Black people here. I'm not part of the membership committee. You're in between two major cities, Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland.
Right.
This did not just happen overnight. Now you're starting to realize you have a diversity issue.
Right.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, right. That's not, you guys aren't ahead of that committee. That is so.
No.
And
but
Eddie.
That's how literally it felt.
Yes.
It was like, we are kind of like the delegation, in a sense.
Black delegation.
We're part of that black delegation.
Black delegation that comes
and you guys, Eddie, you go.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Eddie went and expressed his feelings on their Yelp page, which ended up getting you picked up. NBC4 did a story on you too about this situation. Capital Gazette did a story on you guys. I wanted to know this, and I asked you this prior, but since then, have you ever heard from Pine Tree? Have they apologized? Have they said, We're sorry you felt that way.
Hey, Sarah, have you ever met a narcissist that apologized?
No.
Just a thought.
Just a thought. Guys, I want to know, because a lot of people are asking, some people are asking questions. Obviously, people are very proud of you. People are asking, are nudists allowed to wear footwear like socks or moccasins?
Please wear your footwear.
We don't want your feet getting messed up, like trying to walk on the glass.
No, wear your sandals. Yeah. And you are, wait, Sarah. There's something that no one ever talks about. You can wear sunscreen.
Yes, please.
And for our people of color, and because of the melanin, you are allowed to wear lotion. Did I say it?
Yeah.
Yes, we are allowed to wear lotion.
Guys, I was going to ask you that. I mean, you're out there and you're nudist. I mean, Eddie, have you ever had your balls just like so sunburned? Like, how do you protect your junk?
That's the first. I've never been asked that before. Sunscreen.
Just sunscreen.
Sunscreen. You lift up, you spray, you wipe, rub in. There you go. Under the, you put it on the penis, the shaft, just like you would do on your boobs. You lift them babies up, you lift one twin up, you put one twin down, one twin up. Yeah.
It's right.
It's not like I'll go back to my primary care physician and say, hey, doc, I got a 1st degree burn on Rollo. Can you give me some treatment for it?
No, that's not going to happen.
I'm curious. Here's the thing. I'm curious about this too. Are people are people like waxing down there? Are they manic or is it sort of anything goes? You can just have like the craziest bush hair.
Well, I've seen everything from being waxed all the way to they actually have Afro Samurai between their legs. It's bad.
Yeah, we've seen it.
We've seen it all.
Yeah, this next segment will be promoted by Home Depot. Weed Whacker. Yeah, you will see it.
That'd be amazing.
That's natural. We want the bush. Bring back the bush. Next on National Geographic. No, you will see it all. From piercings, tattoos, you will see it.
Because you guys are like relatively hair free. I mean, you two look like you take very good care of yourselves.
Yeah, I'm so proud that you're mentioning this to the work. Thank you. I take so much pride in my personal hygiene.
She's
like, he's so clean. Thank you.
I mean, is there any awkwardness? Because the reality is, when I go to a nude beach, I am going to go and I'm going to rate other people's penises. I'm going to be looking at the size of people's junk and going, good for them. I mean, I can hardly see it, and yet they're out here. I would be comparing myself nonstop. Is that what the community's like? Like, are you guys always looking or no?
Sarah, it's almost like, what's the difference between you going out and you see somebody with clothes on? Mm-hmm. You're looking at them, they're looking at you, and you're like, yeah, babe, yeah, the quarantine didn't work for you too well. Your clothes shrunk the past couple of months. Yeah. Weight Watchers has a contract out on you, or, So one of the things is that we're going to bring up the subject of body image.
Okay. Yes.
Of self-respect and them feeling good about themselves. One of the things that you will see, for instance, is a breast cancer survivor. And we have friends who are breast cancer survivors who have had mastectomies and breast reconstructions. So you're going to see it. So you praise those individuals for coming out.
Yes.
Because it's not like what you see in the movies on TV. So it's all about body positivity. Right. We're not body shaming anyone. Of course, we see it all. But what is most important is that person that's on the inside.
Right.
Yeah.
That personality. Because it's nothing worse than you meeting, and you can see that in the vanilla life, you meeting someone that look good, smell good, and has a shitty personality. And you like, what the hell is this now? That should be a crime. I'm going to write my congressman, and there's no reason why somebody should look good and be that funky. But but it's all about, we're not for body shaming.
Right.
We're for body positivity.
Oh, guys, that is so great. And I think something that gets overlooked oftentimes when people immediately think of nudists. People are asking if you guys have some recommendations of places that you can go in the United States that are good.
Oh,
You know, one of the things about that, just to let you know up front, the American Association of Nude Recreation, check their website. Okay?
Love it.
That's www.aanr.org, the American Association of Nude Recreation. We realize that not all your listeners may not live near Gunnison Beach or Hollover Beach, but that's where you should begin. And not all our listeners have the funds, especially during this quarantine, to say, hey, look, I'm going to travel to a nude beach or a clothing optional beach. So you may want to find a local nudist resort in your area. Check first with the American Association of Nude Recreation, and they can point you in the right direction.
Oh my God, you guys, this is so enlightening. It's so cool that you guys are open and out there. Did you ever worry about, because Eddie, you worked for the military, Adrian, you have your own business. Did you guys ever worry about, oh God, what are people going to think about us? Is this going to impact our jobs, our families? Certainly now we know it's such a loving, open community, but there's a lot of misconceptions.
It is a lot of misconceptions out there. And for me personally, me actually having my own business, me being a event manager and an event director, doing logistics as well as doing photography, it's a lot of misconceptions because the first thing is, oh, you're a nudist? Oh, you just like taking pictures of naked people. No, I actually like taking pictures of nature in general. Yeah. I do photos of anything and anybody as long as I get paid for it. That's how you have to think about it. But as far as like repercussions from people in general, no, I really haven't as being an actual entrepreneur myself. I know with Eddie being in the military, they do have that at one point, don't ask, don't tell, but at the same time. That was
for something else.
Right.
Yeah. My as a reservist experiencing nudism for the first time, and my commanding officer asked about did I experience nudism when I was in Rota, Spain, and I said yes. And he was very happy. He was like thrilled that someone experienced that, and I encourage it. Now, as far as any repercussions, of course, like anything else, it's not like we wake up every day, we go bowling, and we come back home, and that's our repetitive environment. We're normal tax-paying citizens, just like anybody else. We go to church. I go to church, and
calling Adrian out. Okay,
I know.
So but the thing is, it's for me. It's what makes me feel good. I'm not doing this for anybody else. And if you choose not to go, fine. I don't force myself onto anyone.
Right.
It's great to finally come in at this stage of my life to finally come across like-minded individuals.
Yes.
That's okay. And if you choose not to do it, that's you. That's you. And I've come across people. Oh my God. You're a couple, you take your clothes off in front of other couples. And I can't believe you do that. What's wrong? And first of all, am I breaking any laws? No. Okay. I'm not. So let's get that out the way first. This is done recreationally. I do it in my home. We do it with our closest friends.
Sure.
That's what happens with that. Now, if you choose not to, I mean, before Adrian and I started seeing one another, my past dating experiences, it was kind of awkward because they would like me. And then they're like, oh my God, you're a nudist? Oh, I can't date you. And that would be the end of it. Well, that's their loss, not mine. Bye-bye. Bye, Felicia. So you keep it moving.
Well, for me, even for me dating guys, and I would tell them like, "Hey, I'm a nudist." They're looking at me like, "Oh, so you get down? Oh my God, like 2, some 3, some 4, some 5, some." No, I just like being naked. That's all it is. It's like I just like being naked. are you okay with being naked? And they be like, some guys be, oh yes, I'm fine with it. And I was like, okay, so until that moment comes where I said, oh, okay, I'm going to the beach.
Right.
I'm going to get my tan on. And they're like, wait, what? You actually go out in the nude? Wait,
yeah. And we also have people who ask us numerous questions, and they just want to live precariously through us.
Yes, I bet.
When the moment comes, they back out. That gets irritating. And after a while, it becomes a pattern. You realize, okay, we're gonna leave these people alone. You can't force anything onto anyone. You can't force yourself onto anyone, period.
Right.
Yeah.
And one thing I would say about nudism is that nudism is your middle ground for other alternative lifestyles. You're gonna meet members who are gay, who are bisexual, pansexual, those into BDSM, and God knows what else. But nudism is your middle ground there.
Got it.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you guys have just been so fascinating. Are you two working on like a book, or, obviously you're very involved with the Nudist Association. Is there somewhere that you write? I mean, you are very inspirational, and we're hearing that from people, that it's refreshing to see a couple so comfortable with their body. I think your philosophy on nudism is amazing. Any plans to write or share more of your thoughts?
Well, if you ask, we'll answer. No, but as far as writing them down, I never really thought about it. But I guess we now have a platform. It's been asked. We shall see. You never say never. Oh my God, guys, you have been terrific. People want to know where they can find you and follow you. And, when quarantine is lifted, I am going to go to a nude beach with you guys for a day, and we're going to film it, and then we'll just blur out our nethers after. But this is so fabulous. I am so curious. Of course, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to wear sunglasses because I will be checking out everyone's junk size. I'm but some people think penises are ugly, yet I'm attracted to them. So it's going to be hard. Sarah, you need to, don't put your sunglasses on. Put your bib on, sweetie. Yeah. Okay? Be proud of who you are, Sarah. Make your grandmother proud. Make your nana proud. They're rolling over their grave, but they're not surprised. Yeah. Be proud of who you are. Yeah. When you do that, and you get back to work, or there's a gathering of friends and they're chit-chatting, you can say, on this day, I saw X amount of penises. How many did you see? That's right. Absolutely. You guys have been terrific. We are so grateful for you joining the Hey Frase podcast and for trusting us to tell your amazing story. Is there a place where people can find you or reach out if they're curious? Oh, sure. You can reach out on Facebook. On Instagram. Okay. Nubian Nudist USA. Okay, spell it for us. Nubian. Okay. NUBIST USA. Nubian Nudist USA. Okay. Got it. Okay. So that's where you can find us on Instagram. Other than, go ahead. What were you about to say? I'm about to say just regular, good old Facebook. Oh, good old Facebook. Okay. And yeah. You can search for. Oh, they probably reach through you and like what the hell? And that's true too. People can leave it in the comments, and then we'll share your contact. We'll do it that way. Yeah. I bet you'll have a lot of people curious. Well, thank you guys again. We're glad. Sarah, yes. I want to thank you for reaching out to us and speaking to us, and not realizing that based on our experience of what happened, that unfortunate encounter at Pine Tree, there's a platform now that we can speak, that people of color, or it doesn't matter, that people can speak about nudism. Right. And we just want to thank you for allowing us on your show to speak about that. Thank you so much. We believe in gratitude, okay? Well, thank you. Like I said, when I read that headline, I just thought to myself, my God, you'd think of all places that a nudist association would be welcoming to, like you all said, people, whatever, gay, straight, black, white. So I was so surprised that there was kind of this association that when we went in the gate, they went back in time 40, 50 years. Yeah. I know. Yeah. And damn, it's so sad to see that. So I thought it was great that you guys spoke up, and thank you for sharing today. And you're welcome, and it's an honor as well. So guys, I'm sure you'll be back on the show because we've had a lot of people, a lot of interest. So we'll be following up 100%. Anytime you want to reach out to us, We're there. Mwah.
Love you both. Bye, Adrian. Bye, Eddie. Love you guys. See you so much. Bye. You guys, thank you for joining the Hey Frase podcast. AJ and myself are putting out new shows every single day on not only Facebook Live, but you can look at the podcast, follow it, Hey Frase Podcast on iTunes. When you're there, hit 5 stars, leave us a review, tell us what you love. All right, Age, are you going to the nude beach with me, girl?
I am enlightened. I never knew so much about that. And thank God you asked about size, about looking, because, I'm a very curious person. So I just see myself just staring at the chest, the peen. Like I can just see myself doing that.
Sir, you've got one hell of a dong. Come on over here. Yeah.
Give it a round of applause for Mr.
I just happen to have this ruler. Would you indulge me in how big it really is?
Yeah, exactly. I just love how open they are.
Right. And apparently isn't like the average penis size, like only like 3.5 inches or something. Like we could do our own survey there at the Nudist place. Like, come on over here.
I would love to. The one thing I really wanted to know is just, how it shrivels up in the cold. Annapolis has got that wind gust coming in from the East Shore, I mean, with each wind gust, what's that like?
I already told you guys, I'm going to get like some of those pasties to hold my tits up though when I go, because my tits are already heading south. I mean, both nipples are pointing down. Yeah, I'm going to tape them up. I really am. And I need a wax big time. Honestly.
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. You know what? We could have Easter egg hunt right in your cooch. It's just so much. We lose all of it.
Good. You guys check out the show. Leave a review today. Again, thank you to Adrian and Eddie. We're going to put their contact where you can find them and follow them on IG and on Facebook in the comments here on Facebook. Bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.